Welcome to the Cleveland Speedway for tonight's 50-lap Lucas Oil Late Model Series event.
Coming up first, a solid run last week. He was second, started out at Eldora, so a good weekend for Case Bolt. He's here tonight at Cleveland to give a shot for his first win of the season with the Lucas Oil Series. There's Brian Reese. Steve Casebolt works his way around the Cleveland Speedway in his Mastersville, his lap one. 13.867, 13.867 for Casebolt. 13.884, first lap for Brian Reese. 13.884 for Reese. Here's lap two for Casebolt. 13.746, 13.746. 14.177, lap two for Brian Reese. 14.177.
Speed the number 18 of Eric Wells out of Hazard, Kentucky. Eric driving the Wells Motorsports Cox Wrecker Warrior Chassis Custom Race Car. Excuse me, a Rocket Chassis race car. .168. 14.168. Time to beat right now unofficially is a 13.746. And a 13.932. The Intimigator, Chris Wall, coming out right now as he was not set, so he is penalized and gets one lap to qualify. So, taking the green flag, this is his single lap. Chris Wall from Springfield, Louisiana, the Appliance Zone, C&M Gator Farm race car. 13.706. New fast time, unofficially, Chris Wall. Chris Wall only getting one lap, folks. One lap for Chris Wall as he was not in the chute.
Exactly, that was a good one, and it was a good one. Quick time so far. Up next to be the zero. Out of Morrisburg, Tennessee, the two-time and defending Lucas Oil Series national champion, 47-year-old Scott Bloomquist. It is Bloomquist Race Cars, Roush Yates Power Plant. And the 21 out of Cleveland, Texas, is 32-year-old Chris Brown in a Bloomquist Race Car Chevy with a Roush Yates engine. Scott Bloomquist, Base Racing Fuel, Hawkeye Trucking, Sweet Manufacturing, Miller Brothers Construction. Hoosier Tires, Land on the Wave, All-Star Performance, Dixie Chopper. Bloomquist lap one. 13.730, 13.730, 40, Chris Brown. 13.989 for the Texan, 13.989 for Brown. Lap two, Scott Bloomquist. 13.723, still second quick time. 13.723 for Bloomquist. Chris Brown. 14-135, 1-4-1-3-5, lap 2 for the Texan Chris Brown. Fourth in the Shelby 100, the Lone Star Hybrid Maintenance, Delta Flames and Manufacturing.
Next up to qualify, Cat Daddy Clint Smith out of Sonora, Georgia, in the number 44 JP Drilling race car, and Riley Hickman out of Ottawa, Tennessee, the Hickman manufacturing car. 13.836 first lap time for Cat Daddy, and a 14.274 for Riley Hickman. 13.625, 13.625 new fast time, and a 14.283 for Riley Hickman.
Second-year chase, the 777 out of Rachel, Arkansas. 29-year-old Jared Landers in the 9 out of Sullivan, Wisconsin. The Wisconsin Wildman Dan Schleeper. Jared Landers in a Rocket Earnhardt Childress engine. Crawford Supply, Clock Synthetic Lubricant, Chevrolet, Clinboy Racing, Cometic Gasket lap 1. 13.849 for Landers, 1.3849. Here's Schleeper. 13.833 for Dan Schleeper, 1.8333. BP Fuels, Mr. Bill Uncle Buck Hoosier. 13.672, lap 2, Jared Landers, 1.3672. 13.929 for Dan Schleeper on lap 2, 1.3929 for Dan Schleeper on the 9 speed.
Very close for Jared Landers, who I don't think's ever been here before. Next up to qualify will be the number 17, Dale McDowell out of Chickamauga, Georgia, and the 00 car, the Murphy Mafia, Johnny Chastain. 13.801, first time for Dale McDowell, and a 14.283. A 13.786 for McDowell, and a 14.133.
Four right now. Here's Brad Need out of Dunville, Kentucky. Bobby Labonte, Longhorn Chassis, Cornet powered. Red Buck Cigars, Sunoco, Racewheels, PRC, and Olins. The 15 out of Ashland, Kentucky. 43-year-old Steve Francis, the Masters built. Estes Racing Engine, Valvoline, PRC. Kaiser Manufacturing, and Horrible Amusement. 13.959, Brad Need lap 1, 1.3959. Here's Francis. 13.640, second quick time, Francis. 1.3640. Here's Need. 13.017, 1.4017, Francis lap 2. 13.817, Francis, 1.3817, but his first lap, second quick time for the Kentucky Colonel, his first time here. Steve Francis. Here's the Dart Show Me 100 winner, Steve Hickson.
All right, still fast time. Cat Daddy Clint Smith. The Newport Nightmare, the O Show, Jimmy Owens in the Reese Monument. Gant Appraisals, Redline Owen, Bloomquist, Cornet, Jimmy Owens. Out of Newport, Tennessee, solo on this one. 13.630. 13.630. Looking to beat a 13.625. 13.502. Jimmy Owens, your new fast time.
DirtTV.com. Jimmy Smith Race Tires, Wiles Drive Shaft, and the 44, the Hurricane out of Jacksonville, Florida. 38-year-old Earl Pearson Jr., the Bobby Labonte Longhorn Dodge. For the Larry Wallace Racing Engine, Lucas Oil Products, Sunoco Racewheels, PRC, Olins, and Red Buck Cigars, proud to the four-time champion EPJ. 14.024, Bob the Cool lap 1, 1.4042. 13.827 for Pearson, lap 1, 1.3827. 13.796, lap 2, McCool, 1.3796. 13.806 for EPJ on lap 2, 1.3806. So
first out of the chute in turn number 3, the number 23 out of Williamson, West Virginia, John Blankenship, the Coal World's Energy, Hilton Head National Golf Course sponsored driver, and from Cleveland, Tennessee, Dustin Kanzler. 13.969 first lap for Blankenship. 14.672 for Dustin Kanzler. 14.067 second lap for Blankenship and Kanzler. And a 14.602. So a couple of more cars qualifying tonight for the Cleveland Aluminum Red Bug Cigars and Murphy Mirror and Glass Fast Time Award.
Here's the 71, the real deal out of Martinsville, Indiana. 46-year-old Don O'Neill. The 22, the 24-year-old out of Phoenix City, Alabama. William Thomas in a Masters-built Lamar uninjured. J.W. Miller, Landon Timber Gills out of Sales Saxby's. Don O'Neill in a Masters-built J. Dickens engine. Magnaflow exhaust, Superior Cleaning, Jones Core, BP Fuels. 13.898 for O'Neill, lap 1. 1.3898. Here's Thomas. 13.066 William Thomas, lap 1. 1.4066 O'Neill, lap 2. 13.939, 1.3939, the second chance livestock dispatch. 13.871, good lap William Thomas. 1.3871 for the Alabama driver out of the famous Thomas Racing family, William Thomas. Two more, Steve.
And then 2 weeks ago, we are talking about the number 49 Superman Jonathan Davenport out of Blairsville, Georgia. And the Tar Heel Tiger, Roy Cook out of Brasstown, North Carolina. 13.818, 13.8, and a 13.630. 13.874 second lap for Davenport. And a 13.711.
For the custom and the one out of Morristown, Tennessee, 47-year-old Vic Hill in a Warrior with a nickel engine. Billy Oval Jr., Cherokee Millrod and Mechanical Insurance Partners, Arnold's Trucking, Stowers Cat, Geo Services, Blunt Excavating, Massey Electric Company, Beer and Oil, lap 1, Oval. 13.797, 1.3797, here's Vic Hill. 14.383, 1.4383. Land Air Transport, Outlaw Race Parts, American Tires, Pilot Travel Centers. 13.801, Ogle Jr. lap 2, 1.3801, Hill lap 2. 14.199 for Vic Hill lap 2, 1.4199 for Boot.
The Earth Shaker out of Sea Clays Beach, California, Eric Jacobson. And the 14-year-old out of Corning, California, a pair of West Coast kids, that is Tyler Reddick. 13.922 and a 13.777 for Tyler Reddick. Second set of laps coming for Eric Jacobson. 13.993 and a 13.952 for Tyler Reddick. For the young man out of California, they call him the California Kid, James.
Up next, the 99 junior out of Frankfort, Illinois, 22-year-old Frank Heckenash Jr. rocking with a Dargy engine. Pick apart used auto and truck parts, Speedway auto parts, Port City Racing, Tom's Concrete, BP Fuels, Montgomery Machine, SDF Land Development, Mike Marler out of Winfield, Tennessee, the Wells Motorsports, Rocket with a custom engine, Wells Motorsports, Kaiser Manufacturing, Convenient Lube, Valley View Enterprises, lap 1 Heckenash. 14.392, 1.4392 for Heckenash. Here's Marler, fifth in the Lucas Oil points. 15.533, not good for Marler, lap 1, 1.5533. 14.127 for Heckenash for lap 2, 1.4127 is Marler. 13.778, Mike Marler, third quick now in Group B. Good lap. 1.3778, so it's Cook, Reddick, Marler, and McClure in Group B.
Final 2 cars to qualify. Up next, out of Sevierville, Tennessee, Chad Ogle, the Brooks Builders, Sammy's Hardware CVR Custom Race Car, and David Payne. 14.175 and a 14.189 for David Payne, the Gibson Motorsports Payne Tire Base Racing Fuel and Oil. 14.348. And a 14.125 for the coach, David Payne. That's going to do it for our qualifying time trials. Everybody stand up, stretch your legs, let the blood flow. We're going to have a word with our victor down here, James Essex, heading down the stairs.
How are you doing? Good. Hey, I tell you what, I know it's been a short week, a short turnaround, but I tell you what, the car is dialed in right from the start here tonight again.
I tell you, you just got to have your hats off to the crew for getting home and busting their tail to get everything back together and get this car back in winning form. And, hopefully we keep this race Monday before it up front all night long.
I tell you what, 3 of your favorite tracks here tonight in Cleveland, Tazewell tomorrow, and then Saturday at Florence.
Yeah, hopefully we can come out here with some good finishes and maybe close the gap up on Scott a little bit.
Great show last weekend at the Show Me 100. You came home with a victory. I tell you what, I was worried for you. I thought maybe you'd given away on that last lap. You pushed up at turn 4. I thought you guys came off side by side off at turn 4. Were you a little nervous?
Yeah, I didn't know how close Scott was. We hit that hole and bobbled, and we were able to pull it off and put on a heck of a TV show for the CBS guys.
That's right, it'll air at CBS in a couple of weeks on June the 19th. How does it feel to be the first dirt late model driver to ever win a dirt late model race on a major television network?
Words can't describe it. I hope it helps our sponsors and helps Reese and all our guys out, all the sponsors on the car as much as we hope it will. And it's just a privilege to go down in history as the first one to win that race.
Good luck tonight.
Thank you.
Jimmy Owens trying to go back to back in the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series.
All right, race fans, here we go. Heat race for the hobbies. Jason Brown in the 42, Booger Brooks in the J42. Check, 1, 2.
Race, folks. You have 4 former outfield. Jimmy Owens on the pole, Francis alongside. That is Bloomquist and McDowell, Chris Wall and Eric Wells, Chris Brown and Riley Hickman. I tell you, Chris Brown was impressive last week in Wheeling. and his shop now in East Tennessee, but still claims Texas as his home.
Well, I tell you, he was here a couple of weeks back and fared well in racing action here at the Cleveland Speedway. Had a top 5 run going.
Wiles Drive Shaft, heat number 1, the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. Again, Jimmy Owens coming off that win last Saturday night for the Lucas Oil cameras for CBS. It'll air coming up in 2 weeks on Sunday, June the 19th at 5 o'clock Eastern. It's the O Show and the Kentucky Colonel on your front row here tonight in the top 4 advance. We're underway. Steve Francis looking for his first Lucas Oil Series win of 2011, and he'll call it back. You got to be even at that cone in turn 4, Steve, and we had a jump. If the same driver does it twice in a row, he'll go back a row. McDowell, he's in the top 10. As we come out of turn 4, chief starter Glenn Daniels will try it the second time. No way, they're even into 1. Owens on the inside, Francis out in turn 2 down the back straightaway, and Owens is going to take the lead. Owens into 3 now. Then it's Steve Francis, Scott Bloomquist, Dale McDowell, and hang on. And we got a spin. Riley Hickman is going to spin, but we're going to get a lap in. We're going to get a lap in, I believe, and we'll get 1 scored. No, 9 remaining now. And Lucas Oil competition is the leader plus 3. And in the Bloomquist, they'll have to start in the middle of the pack if they stay the way they are, as they have Francis between them. As we're back underway. McDowell runs in 4th. A solid heat 1 here tonight at Cleveland, and Jimmy Owens going to grab the lead still down the back straightaway. He'll make it about 3 car lengths over Francis. Then Bloomquist, McDowell, Wells, and Chris Wall. Chris Wall hooking that roll on the inside. The last time he was here, he won here at Cleveland. Meanwhile, Jimmy Owens continues to lead in that Mike Reese Monument in appraisals. Cornet-powered Ford. Bloomquist race car entry. Owens picking up where he left off a week ago. On a roll here tonight in Cleveland. He comes out of turn 2. Steve Francis, his first time here at Cleveland, in second, and Bloomquist and McDowell. Jimmy Owens looking good right now, as he hits in a tournament he led 3 different times last week in the Darn Show Me 100. And here tonight, the first of a triple header in the Lucas Oil Series. Tonight here at Cleveland, tomorrow Tazewell. Saturday, Florence, 5 down, 5 to go. And it's all Owens, 6 car lengths. Is the lead over Steve Francis. And Steve Owens is really on fire. He's rolling.
Yeah, I tell you what, the battle back there for 3rd place, Dale McDowell reeling in Scott Bloomquist, the 0 car, and the leader of the Lucas Oil Series points.
Jimmy Owens and Steve Francis right now, they come tonight, 2nd and 4th, respectively, in the championship point standings. Meanwhile, Bloomquist started inside of row number 2, but not a factor here as the laps wind down, coming up on 2 to go. McDowell in 4th, meanwhile the battle for 5th, Eric Wells and Chris Wall. Here's the 2 to go signal, and it's going to go to Jimmy Owens, the 39-year-old veteran out of Newport, Tennessee. He'll take the white flag. If he maintains his lead for 2 more laps, Steve, he'll be on the pole here tonight in Cleveland.
That's right, the O Show. He'll take the white flag this time by 1 more time around this 3rd mile clay banked oval. Down the back chute, the O Show, or Newport Nightmare as he's known around here. He'll take the checkered flag off of turn 4 this time by.
Jimmy Owens flashing across the line in 1st, Francis 2nd, Bloomquist 3rd, McDowell will finish in 4th, and it's Wells, Wall, and Chris Brown. So the top 4, they go to the scales to make it official, finishing 4th in the Clint Boyer Racing Rocket out of Chickamauga, Georgia. It'll be Dale McDowell. 3rd to go to the 0, the Base Racing Fuels Bloomquist car. Out of Mooresburg, Tennessee, Scott Bloomquist. 2nd, we'll go to the Valvoline Masters build out of Ashland, Kentucky, Steve Francis. And your winner, the Mike Reese Monument Dan Appraisals, Bloomquist Ford, out of Newport, Tennessee, ladies and gentlemen. How about it for the Newport Nightmare, Jimmy Owens?
Just like this. On the front row, your front row Joes here tonight. Clint Smith, Cat Daddy out of Sonoma, Georgia, driver of the number 44 JP Drilling race car. Also, Integra Shocks and Clyburn Tape Line sponsors that car. You see him here on the front straightaway. On the outside front row, driver of the number 777, there he is. Winner last year, the Topless 100 in Batesville, Arkansas. And teammate to Dale McDowell, the Crawford Supply race car. That is Jared Lander. Heat race O'Neill, Blankenship, Heckendash Jr., and Hill will make up heat race number 3. Again, 10 laps the distance. The light is out on the pace car. Top 4 transfer. Here we go. Keep your eyes out of turn 3 and 4. Cat Daddy, Clint Smith, Jared Landers out of Arkansas. Here they come. Katie bar the door. It is Jared Landers from the Catbird seat. Out in front of Cat Daddy, Clint Smith. Lap number 1, Landers, Clint Smith. Then it is Dan Sleeper and Steve Casebolt. That's your top 4. On the outside looking in, Brian Reese. Lap number 2, Landers. He is looking for the Catbird seat for the future. He wants to start on the outside of the O-Show. What a starting spot that would be for Landers. Excuse me, that would be the inside of row 2 for heat number 2 winner. So right behind Owens if he can keep pace on this one. It's good to have a teammate like Dale McDowell. I guarantee you, Landers got a crash course this afternoon at Cleveland Speedway. Halfway home, 5 down, 5 to go. Landers all by himself. Cat Daddy a good half a straightaway back in second. Then Dan Sleeper, the S9 out of Wisconsin, and the C9, the Rockstar Steve Casebolt. Brian Reese trying to reel in that final transfer spot. That is Cat Daddy's teammate. Those cars identical. They pull out of pretty much the same shop in Sonoma and Sharpsburg. 2 to go, given next time by. Down the back straightaway, Landers in control here at Cleveland. White flag coming out of turn 4 to Jared Landers. The Batesville, Arkansas driver. One final time down the back straightaway. The Chromatic sponsored Crawford supplied race car coming to the checkered flag, and Landers takes the win. Cat Daddy Clint Smith is second. Dan Sleeper third, and rounding out the final transfer spot will be the Rockstar. Steve Casebolt out of Indiana. On the outside looking in fifth, Brian Reese. Then the 41, that is Brad Neat. And the hitman, Johnny Chastain. Man, I tell you what, James Essex, it don't get better than this right here.
9th and passed 20 cars last week to finish 9th for Ray Cook. He's got the Rockstar on his car as well, along with the Dixon Eagle Company, still a Masters built.
50-50 tickets are on sale. 50% of the proceeds go to juvenile diabetes here tonight.
Racing Masters built, Mike Marler, the Wells Motorsports Rocket alongside. And it's Billy Ogle driving a Rocket for Flint Motorsports. Jonathan Davenport, the Barry House car for the Hall of Famer out of Calpin, South Carolina. Hook and Marler, 2 Lucas Oil regulars on your front row of Sweet Manufacturing. 3 were underway. As we enter the turn number 1, Cook's going to grab the lead out at 2. Marler to second, Davenport third. They're 3 wide for 4th. O'Neill on the side of Ogle now. Don O'Neill now passes 2 cars in the first lap after starting at 5th. O'Neill now on the inside, out at 2 down the back straightaway, but right now it's Cook in the 53 car. Looking good. Marler second, Davenport third, O'Neill fourth. As they head down the main straightaway here at Cleveland Speedway. So Ray Cook, it's been a disappointing season, I know, for the veteran driver. Trying to come back here. We're only into June right now, as he stands at 11th in the series point standings into turn number 1. Trying to break in the top 10 here tonight, and for his first series win of 2011. Meanwhile, Ogle and O'Neill going at it side by side into 3 as they come out of turn 4. And O'Neill still has the spot as we'll go halfway next time around in heat number 3. Cook looks good right now. About a several car lead, making about a 6-7 car lead is the advantage for the Brasstown, North Carolina driver into one. Then it's Marler, Davenport. Good battle between Ogle and O'Neill. That's for the fourth and final transfer spot down the back straightaway. Ogle gets a run on him out at 2 as they go side by side, giving each other plenty of racing room. As we have 4 laps to go, Ray Cook picking up the Rockstar Makita sponsorship a week ago at the Dart Show Meet 100. Paid off with the PB Immersive Games Hard Charger Award. But instead of starting 29th tonight, he's going to start on the front row if he keeps it up with lap 2 to go next time around as Ogle around O'Neill. So O'Neill, who's third in the points, led the most laps in the Dart Show Meet 100 last week. Disappointing so far here tonight in Cleveland with 2 to go. Down the back straightaway, Ray Cook, Marler, Davenport, and Ogle. And it would be very rare to see Don O'Neill in a B main, and that looks like where he's headed to right now as the white flag has come out for Cook. Several car leads. The advantage stretches it out down the back straightaway the final time around here. In heat number 3 at Cleveland Speedway, to go to the veteran Ray Cook. As the checkered at first, Mike Marler is going to be second. Davenport third. Ogle Jr. fourth. O'Neill fifth. Sixth, Big Hill seventh. Heckeness eighth. Blankenship. So the top 4 will go to the scales to make it official. Fourth at 2:01 out of Knoxville, Tennessee, Billy Ogle Jr. Third will go to the 49 out of Blairsville, Georgia, Jonathan Davenport. Second to 36 out of Winfield, Tennessee, Mike Marler. And your winner, the Hickson Eagle Company General Contracting, Racing Design, Rockstar Makita, number 53 Masters Built, out of Brasstown, North Carolina. Ladies and gentlemen, how about a big round of applause for your winner, Ray Cook.
Corning, California drives that number 11 race car. Broken Bow Records sponsor the Bloomquist Gertie powered machine. And on his outside will be Bub McCool. Side of him, the number 22 from Phoenix City, Alabama. He drives the JW Land and Timber sponsored race car. The number 10, Chad Ogle, and a rookie from Cleveland, Tennessee, Dustin Kanzler. Out of turn 4, here they come. Green flag in the air. Tyler Reddick holds the line from the point and no go. Everybody's gonna get hard on the brakes. Jacobson just about got into that deck, that rear spoiler. All right, here we go. Tyler Reddick, Bud McCool, off of turn 4. Here they come. This time, Bud McCool stays on the outside. The catbird seat works well. And the 57J comes off of turn number 4. Your leader, Tyler Reddick in second. EPJ, Earl Pearson Jr. in third. Battle for fourth, the final transfer spot. Jacobson on the inside, Payne on the outside. Wheeling and jockeying. Looks like EPJ, Earl Pearson Jr. going after second. Trying to take over second from the California Kid. Pearson gets the nose under out of turn 2. Earl Pearson Jr., the Hurricane, trying to take over second. Here comes Reddick. caution flag is out. Dustin Kanzler in turn number 4 off the front straightaway, bringing out the yellow flag. One of our rookie competitors here, James Essex. Kanzler out of Cleveland, Tennessee, in his first late. Tighten up. Bob McCool is your leader. EPJ, Earl Pearson Jr. on the spoiler. Back underway here at the Cleveland Speedway. Look out, William Thomas on the high side. Bonsai into turn 3. Willie T trying to get that transfer spot. 2 for the price of 1. Bob McCool better look out. Willie T on the high side. EPJ going down in flames here at Cleveland. Bob McCool to the checkers. And Willie T coming from 5th to finish 2nd. How about that one? Man alive, Willie T. Earl Pearson Jr. finishing in 3rd, and Tyler Reddick unofficially rounding out the top 4 on the Car Smart Auto Sales scoreboard in turn 3. Give it up for your winner right there. I'd have hated to see another lap, but Bob McCool out of Vicksburg, Mississippi, in that Moyer M1 Victory Circle chassis race car takes the win. There he is, Bob McCool. He'll start on the outside of row number 2. All right, limited action right now. Blake Armitage, Glenn Seaton Peebo, and Robbie Green. Peebo picking up the mid-season championship last Saturday for double features. Blake Armitage is your leader. And nice round of applause. How about it for Blake Armitage taking the win? On sale, here's what your field looks like. The Appliance Zone pace car out there on the track. Eric Wells in the number 18 car. On point, and on the outside front row, Brian Reese, the number 33 out of Sharpsburg, Georgia. Oh. That's your field top 3 transfer. Everybody else goes to the house. Katie bar the door. They're coming out of turn 4. It is Eric Wells. Look out upon the outside, the number 33, Brian Reese, trying to take a page out of Willie T's book. Wells and Reese come together on the front straightaway. The door is open. He can't step through down the backside. Wells, still your leader. Brad Neat running in that final transfer spot. Chris Wall, they'll take over 4th. Here comes Chris Brown. Chris and Chris doing battle. Eric Wells, still your leader. Throw a blanket over the top 3. Down the back straightaway. Reese still peeking to the outside. A Kentucky sandwich going on halfway home. They've got fresh Georgia meat right in the middle. Eric Wells is your leader. Brian Reese in 2nd. Brad Neat in 3rd. One of them Kentucky Cuban sandwiches. Look up on the outside, coming out of that 4th spot. 12 laps is the distance. We're looking for 4. Here comes the number 21, Chris Brown. He's going to make it a 4-way dance for the top spot. Brown reeling them in. And the deuce, this time by from your flagman, Glenn Daniels. How about Neat? He'll take over 2nd. Chris Brown gotta go. Gotta get in the show white flag. Chris Brown with a bonsai dive on the front side. Down the back straightaway. One final time. Eric Wells coming down out of turn 4, checkered flag. Brad Neat 2nd, and Chris Brown grabs the final transfer spot. Chris Wall finishing in 4th. He will possibly get a provisional. We'll check with officials. And Brian Reese goes from a hero to a 0. He'll finish 5th tonight. Wow. What do you think about that, James Essex?
I tell you what, that top groove, William Thomas may be the man here. All right, Don O'Neill, the Magnaflow Exhaust Masters built. David Payne on the outside, the Payne Tire Masters built. In car number 8, 12 laps, the top 3 to the A-Main here tonight at Cleveland Speedway. We're going green into 1. David Payne up top with the lead down the back straightaway. Here comes O'Neill on the inside. In the top 3 will go. The rest are done in line unless they have a series provisional out of turn 4. The battle continues. By your nose, it's Payne into 1. They are dicing it out for the lead down the back straightaway. North Carolina and Indiana. 3rd runs Jacobson. 4th is Vic Hill. Then it's Chad Ogle and Frank Heckadas Jr. Now to turn 2 down the back straightaway. It is still David Payne over Don O'Neill. 2-time Lucas Oil able to do series runner-up. Trying to make it to the show here out of one of the B-Mains. A rare occurrence here in 2011 for O'Neill to be in the B-Main. But right now, down the back straightaway, trying to safely make his way in as they battle out of 4. Eric Jacobson and that Team Zero Bloomquist car runs in 3rd into turn 1. Down the back straightaway, it's still Payne, O'Neill, Jacobson, Vic Hill, Ogle, Hickness, Blankenship, and Hansler. For the lead, it's Payne. Out for 4. Car link back is O'Neill. Halfway, 6 down, 6 to go. Another good race here in the B mains. Well, ever since William Thomas found that top group in E4, the racing has been great. Right now, they're up top against the wall right now. Will that be an indicator for the A main here tonight? Payne, O'Neill, Jacobson still third. Fourth is Hill as they come out of 2 down the back straightaway. Laps wind down here in the Risco Aluminum B main number 2 at the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. North Carolina veteran David Payne, basketball coach during the winter months, down the back straightaway. Don O'Neill still in second. Jacobson now trying to hold off Vic Hill. Down the back straightaway, David Payne looks like he's going to make his way in. He was the last car entered here tonight. The last to arrive, and he's going to be first. It looks like in his second B main with 2 to go. He can hang on over Don O'Neill, Jacobson, and Vic Hill. As they make their way out of turn 4 around the 3rd mile over here, Cleveland Speedway. Payne and O'Neill cruising on. Jacobson now, late charge from Vic Hill, final lap. Vic Hill now tries the inside of the 2. Down the next straightaway, third and final transfer spot in doubt. As they'll come to the checkered, it's going to be David Payne, your winner. Don O'Neill second, Vic Hill on the inside down the straightaway. And that is, oh! Baby, we'll have to go to the transponder as they bumped across the finish line. Eric Jacobson hangs on. Barely, wow. Hey, they've been a great finish at the Show Me last week. As CBS was there, they've done that across the finish line. And Jimmy Owens and Scott Lundquist. Jimmy beat Scott by a car length right there. That was close, and the transponder says it's the 5 of Eric Jacobson grabbing third. Don O'Neill second. Your winner, the Payne Tire Masters built car 8 out of Murphy, North Carolina. How about a big round of applause for your winner, David Payne.
Allison, where you at? Devin. And Tim Tothero rounds out the field. right, Jason Brown taking the win, the number 42 car. All right, here we go. Peeble, Glenn Seaton the third. Blake Armitage and Robbie Green. Blake Armitage taking the lead, but Peebo coming back on the top side. How about that, race fans? Heritage getting together, racing for the lead. Oh, Blake. All right, get that car back out there, young man. Oh, no, Peebo, no! Oh, man, I can't believe it. White flag to Robbie Green. How about it for being in the right place at the right time, Robbie Green, your winner. RC car, ticket number 19631819. Blue
First Lucas Oil Series win of 2011 in car 53. Jerry Landers, last year's Comp Cam's Topless 100 winner, and Bubba Cool in the 57J. Bubba Cool has never won a Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series race, Steve Hickson.
Well, I tell you what, the field is stout here tonight in Cleveland, Tennessee. And I just want to thank you guys with the Lucas Oil Series. You guys always bring the best of the best.
All right, hands wave to the starting lineup here tonight at Cleveland Speedway. Here they are, ladies and gentlemen.
Once again, 631819. Blue ticket 631819.
Circle alongside. We are going to go green next time around. Chief starter Glenn Daniels. Jimmy Owens, can he make it 2 in a row in the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series? Remember, Scott Bloomquist won 4 in a row there a few weeks ago, but has not won the last 2. Brian Burkhofer and Owens have been victorious.
Hasn't finished worse than second in 6 races, Scott Bloomquist. All right, here we go, race fans. The light is out. We are going green. Keep your eyes in turn 3 and 4, the O Show and the Tar Heel Tiger. Here they come.
They thunder down the main straightaway. Out at 2 down the back straightaway. They are even. Ray Cook on the outside. Jimmy Owens alongside. McCool has climbed to third. Then it's Landers. Lap number 1. Who's it going to be out in front? It is going to be too close to call.
Wow, I tell you what, lap number 1, not a disappointment. But the catbird seat down the backside, it is going to be Ray Cook leading off of turn 4. Here comes Owens.
Down the main straightaway. It's a half a car lead for Cook, then Owens, McCool. Farther up the 4th. Jared Landers runs in 5th. Down the back straightaway. A quick pace here so far. 2 down, 48 to go, and Ray Cook looking for his first series win of 2011.
Jimmy Owens staying right there within a car's length, right behind the Tar Heel Tiger, Ray Cook. Battle for third, side by side. Mikey Marler going after Bub McCool.
Down the main straightaway, good battles all over the track. Ray Cook into 1, Owens second, and it's Marler. Has allowed McCool to get back around him now. 5th runs Landers, 6th is Francis, 7th Smith, 8th Davenport. Bloomquist started 9th. He's still running 9th, Steve.
And still, Mike Marler working on the inside. That's a battle for third. Bub McCool has it. Mike Marler wants it side by side out of 2.
lap 6 out of turn 4. It's still Ray Cook came tonight. 11th in the series points, trying to break into the top 10. Leads them into turn number 2 now, down the back straightaway. Owen second, a good battle for third, side by side. Marler and McCool. Fifth still runs Landers. Then it's Francis, Davenport, Clint Smith, Lundquist still in ninth.
Back in the pack, battle for the 6th place spot. That is Davenport and Francis, side by side behind Jared Landers. Landers has that number 5 spot. Leaders off of turn number 4.
8 laps in the record books here at Cleveland Speedway. Ray Cook now showing the way by about 5 car lengths. Still a side-by-side tussle for third between McCool and Marler. 5th is Landers, 6th. Now it's Davenport, 7th Francis, 8th Smith, 9th Lundquist, and in 10th runs the 22T of William Thomas. Meanwhile, Cook now will start to get into traffic with 9 scores.
Back marker traffic about to play into effect for your race leader. He's a half a straightaway lead of putting a lap down on Frank Heckeness Jr. in that number 99 car.
Down the back straightaway. Everybody's still running. All of the starters, 25 cars start to hit it on around the 3rd mile oval here at Cleveland Speedway. Cook into traffic into turn 1, Steve.
Oh, we got caution. That is the coach. David Payne, yellow, is out in turn number 2. David Payne, part of that Murphy Mafia, bringing out our first caution flag of the night.
Heads to the infield, the first car out of this race.
Auto sales scoreboard in turn 3. The Tar Heel Tiger out in front, 11 laps down.
30 a few spots. Again, Lundquist has been running 9th where he started the entire race. But Ray Cook trying to break through for his first Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series victory of 2011. Owens, McCool, Marler, and Landers behind him as we restart with 11 in the books here at Cleveland Speedway.
Green flag back underway here at Cleveland for the race for the cure for juvenile diabetes.
The back straightaway, Landers trying to make up on the top. Here comes Davenport. Davenport has gone from 10th to 6th. Up front, Cook still shows the way.
Bud McCool still in that 3rd place spot. A couple of cars. Caution is out in turn 4 as we have 2 cars together. David Payne gets stalled. That looks like Blankenship.
Well, looked like Blankenship got in there too hot and he banged the side of the 71 of O'Neill. Damage on both cars as they both got in there hot and heavy in the 4, and there was contact, and Blankenship went around the last time he was here 2 weeks ago, Steve.
He is awfully tough here. He won the Gobbler, I believe, last year. All kinds of victories here at Cleveland. So watch out for Superman, the 49 car. Mikey Marler, who is in the top 5 in Lucas Oil points, also in the game. Keep your eyes in turn 3 and 4 this time by. Coming back to green. Lap 12 restart on the Car Smart Auto Sales scoreboard.
Back underway, Cook will lead into 1. See what McCool can do up against the wall. Here comes Davenport. They battle down the back straightaway. Davenport trying to gain another spot. Meanwhile, Francis looks to the inside of Landers, and Francis throws the slider on Jared Landers. Cook leads with 13 complete.
Landers seems like he's time traveling back to the future, and he is going back. Bloomquist gets by. Now he'll pick up the spot from Francis.
Good battle for third, Marler and McCool. Cook, Owens, Marler in the 3rd around McCool. 5th place runs the 49 at Davenport. 6th is now Bloomquist up to 6th around Francis. 7th is Steve. Francis, 8th is Landers. 9th Smith. 10th is Earl Pearson Jr.
The Winfield Warrior, Mikey Marler, up to 3rd. He has passed Bud McCool for that number 3 spot. Here comes Superman, J.D. Jonathan Davenport.
Down the back straightaway, still 2 and 3 wide racing. Cook continues to show the way over Owens, Marler. Good battle, as you mentioned, continuing between Davenport and McCool. Then it's Bloomquist, Francis, and then it's Smith, Landers, and Pearson trying to go 3 wide.
Bloomquist looking to sneak into that top 5. He is on the outside looking in. The Team Zero boss currently 6th.
17 laps complete. Ray Cook is led from the start here tonight. Starting on the outside of the front row. Meanwhile, problems for Dan Sleeper in turn 3, and the yellow will come out for the Wisconsin Wildman. Caution number 3 of the night. First one for Sleeper as he slowed. Not sure if he had a tire down.
So we'll check with him. There he is. See the right front damage on that S9 race car. Tough break for Sleeper.
Right front suspension damage. Either got in the wall. Not sure exactly what happened to Dan. So it looks like his race may have ended. 18 in the book. Still 32 to go. Well, Cook's doing a good job. He and Owens right now, the class of the field. Mike Marlar is solidly in third, but that's a good race there going on between McCool and Davenport.
We'll see if that top shelf here at the Cleveland Speedway gets any action here. We are lap 18, restart. The Tar Heel Tiger, number 53 out of Brasstown, North Carolina. Ray Cook is your leader.
Here he comes out of turn 4. We have got 18 complete, 32 to go. Cook will lead him into 1. Marlar's going to try that top shelf. Owens out at 2. Owens has the advantage on him. Ahead of Marlar, then it's Davenport, McCool, and inside beside the two veterans, Bloomquist and Francis. Cook will lead into the lap scheme.
Still side by side for that 5th spot. Bloomquist watching back there in 6th. He's picking his battle, but here comes Jared Landers. Landers on the top shelf.
Jared Landers now. He had faded here. We're running in the top 5, but right now he's regained his momentum, closes on Bloomquist into 1. Meanwhile, Cook has a 4-car length advantage. Down the back straightaway, still side by side. 57 Jake Bud McCool, 49 Jonathan Davenport, and here comes Bloomquist.
Davenport taking a page on the high side. He'll take over the 4th place spot. Bud McCool falls to 5th. Here comes Bloomquist.
Bloomquist now all over McCool, that's the battle for 5th. Cook continues to lead. 3 shy of the halfway mark. Jimmy Owens 2nd. Mike Marlar 3rd. 4th run Jonathan Davenport. 5th is Bud McCool. 6th is Bloomquist. 7th is Landers. 8th is Francis. 9th is Clint Smith. 10th now. Brad Mead has climbed up to 10th now at 41.
That's a good run for the number 41. He started way back in the back of the field. I believe he started 19th. So he's moved up a bunch of spots.
Up 9 spots right now in the top 10. As we are going to go halfway next time around, Ray Cook, Jimmy Owens, Mike Marlar, Jonathan Davenport, Bud McCool. Bloomquist started 9th. He's up to 6th. And we're halfway. 25 down, 25 to go here at Cleveland.
I tell you what, Ray Cook has really got that Mastersville cranking as Owens unable to stick with your race leader. Just inside halfway home.
As Ray Cook continues to lead now. Traffic has not been a factor in this race because we've had 3 caution flags. The first one came in a timely fashion for Cook. That cleared out the field, but right now we're staying green, and he's going to close behind Frank Heckenash Jr. down the back straightaway. 27 complete.
All right, so that back marker traffic playing into effect. And Scott Bloomquist has reeled in Bud McCool for that number 5 spot. Battle back through the field. Don O'Neill doing battle with David Payne and the California kid Tyler Reddick.
Right now they're closing on lap 29. Now Jimmy Owens will have the opportunity to close on Ray Cook in traffic into 1. Marlar 3rd, Davenport 4th, 5th McCool, 6th is Bloomquist, 7th is Landers, 8th is Francis, 9th Clint Smith, 10th is Brad Mead, 11th Billy Ogle Jr., and in 12th is Steve Casebolt. And traffic for your leader into 1. Heavy traffic, Steve.
Move over flag. Glenn Daniels, your starter, up on the flag stand, waving the move over flag, giving them the signal to move over. The leaders are coming.
That's Frank Heckenash Jr. Sportsmanship move, moves up out of the way. Lets the leaders do battle now as Owens will have to clear Frankie out at 2 down the back straightaway. Marlar still 3rd, Davenport 4th. Those top 4 are pulled away from McCool and Bloomquist. Ray Cook continues to lead through traffic off of 4.
The Nightmare looking to strike as Ray Cook is in heavy traffic. Bunch of cars about to go a lap down to your leader, including Chris Brown and Eric Wells.
Chris Brown 4th at the Dart Show Me 100 a week ago. But tonight, just not his night. He's about to go a lap down, as you mentioned. Eric Wells in front of him. Meanwhile, Owens is close. And here comes Marler. And here comes Davenport. We're going to have a four-way tussle for the lead. Jimmy Owens on the inside off the floor for the lead. And Jimmy Owens has taken the lead, Steve, on lap 34. And Mike Marler is off the pace.
Oh, no. Caution flag is out. Yellow flag for Mike Marler, your third place car. He comes up lame on the front side.
Oh, man, Heartbreak Hotel for Marler. 34 laps complete, your third place car, Mike Marler, the Wells Motorsports Rocket, making a bid for the lead on Cook and Owens. Up front, that 49 car, the Barry Rod House car, JD.
He knows how to get it done. Light is out. We're coming green this time by the O Show in charge here at Cleveland. Next time by signal being given. Chris Brown bringing the number.
Owens takes the lead right before the caution to come out. Got 8 cars across the start-finish line. It was scored. So now Cook will be second. Davenport alongside. Here they come with 16 to go at Cleveland Speedway.
Off into turns 1 and 2. Davenport takes a stab to the inside. But the Tar Heel Tiger Ray Cook comes roaring back. Holy guacamole, race fans. What happened right there?
Out on the track, and a tough break for Steve Casebolt in the C9 car.
Dixie double file restart, and it looks like the Tar Heel Tiger chooses the outside, so Davenport goes to the inside. Bloomquist on the outside of 2, Cat Daddy on the inside. That's your top 5. Owens is your leader. Lap 36 restart on the Car Smart Auto Sales scoreboard.
Keeping on that 49 car. On the move now on the inside of Cook. Cook has the advantage up top. Meanwhile, Clint Smith and Bloomquist running at it, and Landers down. Landers will be there right. Will there be a late race charge for the 777 as Owens leads with 13 to go?
Cat Daddy staying right there with Scott Bloomquist. Throw in that Jared Landers 777 car, but it is still the O Show out in front.
Owens trying to go back-to-back in the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. He won one of these today in February. Of course, winning that big 30,000 last week at Lucas Oil Speedway. In control right now. So they come out of turn 4, 10 laps to go to decide it. Still Ray Cook holding on for second. Davenport, Bloomquist, Smith, 5th. 6 Landers. 7th is Deep. 8th runs Ogle. 9th is Pearson in the battle for 10th between Francis and O'Neill.
Good battle for that final top 10 spot. McDowell's going to throw his hat in the ring as well in the 17M car. One car bringing it into the pit area. That's Tyler Reddick on the backside.
Tyler Reddick running third in the Rookie of the Year chase. Out of the race. Meanwhile, down the main straightaway, 41 laps complete, 9 to go. Here tonight at Cleveland Speedway, and Jimmy Owens setting sail down the back straightaway. Looks good, but there's 8 to go. Can Cook or Davenport catch him?
Caution flag is out. Dale McDowell pulling up in turn 2. Yellow flag is out. I assume it is for McDowell.
Well, what that means for the restart, Steve, it'll be a single file restart from here on out. Asgard. So it's Owens, Cook, Davenport, Bloomquist, Cap Daddy, your top 5. Then it's Landers, Neat, Ogle.
Now you can check out race results. They will have it, of course, on dirtondirt.com.
Jimmy Owens, Ray Cook, Jonathan Davenport, Scott Bloomquist, Clint Smith, your top 5. To settle it here with 9 to go. Jimmy Owens off at turn 4.
Davenport quickly takes a peek to the inside, down the back straightaway. He'll fall into line right behind the Tar Heel Tiger for third.
Off at turn 4, Owens. Just showing the way that Hoosier Shod, Cornet Power Plant under the hood. Down the back straightaway, Ray Cook and Davenport, Bloomquist, Clint Smith now. As they'll come off at turn 4, Owens has 7 to go.
Jimmy Owens building up a good lead as he took over in traffic from Ray Cook. Cook can only stick watch as the Osho pulls away from the rest of the pack. Battle back in the back. Looks like Francis and Don O'Neill going at it.
Right now you're running orders. They come up on 5 to go. It's Owens out in front. Cook second. Davenport third. Bloomquist fourth. Clint Smith fifth. 6th is Lander. 7th is Meade. 8th is Ogle. 9th is Pearson. It's a good battle for 10th. Francis O'Neill, Wall. They come up at turn 4. 5 to go for J.O.
Yep, Jimmy Owens, the O-Show, the Newport Nightmare. You know, all the best seem to have double nicknames, and that's what the number 20, he does best around these parts, and pretty much anywhere he goes, he is a threat. And chasing Scott Bloomquist in the Lucas Oil point system.
They stretched it out, spacing between each driver out at turn number 4. Laps winding down, and Jimmy Owens, 3 laps to go, Steve.
Owens pulling to about a half a straightaway. 2 to go, given for your race leader. Traffic in front of the leader, but it's not going to play a part, because this time by, the race for juvenile diabetes, 1 lap to go, white flag to Jimmy Owens. Jimmy Owens down the back straightaway, one final time. The O-Show is done in Cleveland, Tennessee, checkered flag for the restart of the number 20 race car. Camp Racing also sponsored the number 20 Redline Oil, the Blue Chassis Ford race car.
How about it? A Dirt Series victory. How about it, fans? How about it, Owens Nation? He did it again. Jimmy Owens, your winner. Ray Cook second. Jonathan Davenport third. Scott Bloomquist finishes 4th. Hey, don't forget, we're going to be at Tazewell tomorrow night, Florence on Saturday. As Jimmy unbuckles Hans' device off. He is on a roll. Let's hear it for him, the Newport Nightmare, Jimmy Owens. I tell you, this is a great habit to do again and to end up in victory lane again.
You know, I like it. You know, just got to keep this roll going this weekend and maybe carry it on in the next weekend. And, you know, my hat's off to the Ray Cook and all these guys. It's a tough bunch of guys to race against week in and week out. And, you know, anytime you can get a win, it's an honor. And to get 2 in a row is just crazy.
Were you a little worried there? Ray had that preferred starting spot on the outside, and he led there for a while. Were you a little worried you couldn't get back around him?
You know, I know as long as I could keep my distance between them, lap traffic was going to be a factor, and you know, we was able to box them in there and lap traffic a little bit, and then you know, the caution just went my way right toward the end, and I never had to get back in it.
I tell you what, then, the way the racetrack, you know, the way the weather's been, it's not only down through the southeast, but everywhere we've been this year, a lot of rain, and I know the track tonight, I tell you what, it was smooth from top to bottom, wasn't it?
I tell you, you know, it's been probably the best track we've been to this year. And, you know, Monty and everybody did a good job working with the track and giving us a good racing service.
Well, 2 in a row. I know Mike Reese. I don't know if he's in the house tonight, but I bet he'll be in the house tomorrow night.
He's in Canada fishing
Oh, my
somewhere. But, you know, I'm sure he's probably done heard about it by now, and we'll call him next week and tell him how it did.
Well, Taz will tomorrow night.
Yeah, hopefully we'll do all right up there.
Congratulations, Jimmy.
Thank you.
Jimmy Owens, your winner here tonight.